Hello, everybody. I'm Cindy, and I'm with Elevita Designs. And if you've been following this series, this is where we left off. I actually made a little bit of changes. I really wasn't happy with a couple color things, so I changed the hat band to crystal blue and highlighted with a chiffon blue. And then I repainted the surfboard Bahama blue, highlighted with bleach sand, and then shaded with, oh boy, desert turquoise. So here's the flower I did. It's plumeria, and what I did is I just base coated it with white, and then I dry brushed some Sunny Day on it, and just made it really defined in the middle. And then I just took my bubblegum pink and just floated little lines on the outside edge. Painted the leaves with Hauser medium green and highlighted them with Hauser light green. So this is where we're at. All I have to do is finish the glasses for the gnome, and then also the sun. We have to paint the sun, paint the tailgate, the license plates, and then the lettering. So hopefully I can get this done today and then glue it all together. So what I think I want to do is I want to start out with painting the sun. And what I want to do is mix a color for that. So what I'm going to mix is my banana cream and then some white. And what I'm trying to accomplish here is just a very, very light yellow. I mean, almost like a white. So I'm just going to mix this color on my plate, and hopefully I get the color I'm after. Like I said, I just want it to be very, very light. I am going to go back and use the banana cream in the center, but I want the sunbeams to be just very, very light. And then what I'll do is I'm going to dry brush some white on the tips of the sunbeams. I hope everybody's having a great Friday. I just finished cutting a couple interchangeable sign inserts. And that's what we're going to be starting on next. I'll have to dig out my score lines. Now today is the last day of the sale of the SVG files on the Etsy shop. It's 15% off, all SVG files only. So that sale is going to end at midnight tonight. So if you're looking to purchase some SVGs, you're going to want to do that today, because the sale will be ending, and I'm not sure when I will be running another sale. And I might even paint the wording hello this color as well. I know that I want the larger lettering to be the bright pink. I think that'll be pretty against the blue. So I think I'll just paint it this color for now. You know me, I could very well change it And I do. But I'm just trying to get a good coat of yellow on, because yellow is hard to base coat with. It takes several coats. I need to let that dry a little bit better so I can get some better base coats on here. And it's going to be a bark fest at my house today. I have an outdoor dog, Grizzy, and he is not a happy camper today for some reason. I also have an African gray, and from time to time you will hear her bark. Her name is Snickers. I've also started a YouTube channel. It's Elevita Designs. There is a link in this post. Please subscribe. I want to get at least one more coat on here. And I'm thinking when I'm going to paint the glasses, at least the larger, is the brighter pink. And this is going on the sun, so I'm thinking maybe just a black. Now the sun, I am going to put it on the tailgate. You don't have to do that. If you wanted, if you were following last time's video, I said you could actually, you know, if you wanted to, you could attach it here. Just to add some more decoration to the surfboard. You don't have to use it at all if you don't want to, but the beach, sun, I just thought, why not? So, it has to be your personal preference. I always like to add in elements and then give options when I'm creating. It's just something I do. And I am going to be redoing the one part of my Uncle Sam fence peeker. The more I look at the one element, the more I don't know, I don't like it. I'm going to actually keep both, but I'm going to give you that option. You're going to receive both files if you were to purchase the SVG. In regards to a DIY kit, I'll probably just do the newer one. That's what I'm going to offer. But I'm just not fond of it, so once I make that change, you'll have to let me know your thoughts. Now I think what I'm going to do is just try dry brushing some white on the tips for now. And if I need to brighten it up, I'll go back and float some highlighting. I just kind of want it pretty minimal. But I definitely want the tips a little bit lighter. And I'm going to dry brush some white on that lettering as well. Because if you think about it, when you kind of look at the sun, it does get lighter on the outside parts of it. And dry brushing is just a more delicate way and gentler way of adding another color. The key to dry brushing is loading up your brush, but then taking the paint off. And then just going to your surface and touching the surface oh so lightly. And I like to build my dry brushing up just like I do my highlighting and shading. And that's pretty good. Now I'm just going to go back and add a little bit more banana cream to this mix just to darken this color up a little bit. And I'm going to apply it to the center. With hopes that it makes a little bit of a difference. It's a pretty minimal change in color. And that's okay because I'm gonna go back and then shade around the circle on the inside just to darken it up a little bit. And the color I'll try and shade with first off is actually the banana cream and see if it makes that much of a difference. If not, probably what I'll do is do a little marigold. I know that's a darker yellow. And then I'll probably dry brush the bottom here with the banana cream as well. That I know will make a difference. So I'll just do that now while this is drying. I'm just kind of going for what they call ombre, where it's dark, a medium color, and then lighter. And this variation's very minimal. Boy, he's just gonna bark, bark, bark. But you can see it's just minimal. It's hard to see in person. I mean, on camera than it is in person. It's more visible. And then I can always go back and darken it up maybe with some marigold. Try and shade the inside and see if this makes much of a difference. I know this color's pretty close. I think I might have to get the marigold out. I know I don't want the antique gold. That's usually what I use with banana cream to shade. I don't really want that because to me that's just too dark. But I am going to compare it. Wow, that marigold's going to be even worse. All right. Well, the antique gold it is. Will be very watered down. So I'm really going to blend this paint out. that just creates another look. I'm going to use this on the bottom of the letters just to brighten them up a little bit. It sounds like there's a helicopter out there. Okay. And like I said, I don't even know if I'll keep that color. We'll see. So let's try and paint these glasses. And while I'm at it, I might as well paint this lettering. I know I want summer to be pink. Now I won't do an ombre on this lettering. What I will do though is highlight the top with a lighter pink. Maybe even a white, I don't know. Just to break it up a little bit, but I won't do a darker color on here. And we're gonna paint these pink because there's just not enough pink in this design. And I'll have to go over it a couple times because of the gray. Hello. Alright, let's try and get another coat on these letters. I love this pink. It's making me want to design something with a flamingo. Alright. I think I will go out and highlight this very outside edge, maybe around the top here, because it is looking a little boring. And I need to attempt to paint those. I don't know if this pink would look good. It just might be too much pink. So I'm just gonna stick with my first thought and paint these smaller glasses, the frame, a black. Because I think black will make this pop off the sun. That's kind of what I want. I have no idea what he is barking about. So I apologize for that extra noise in this video. Alright, let's see what kind of dry brushing I can get done on these letters. I'm thinking I'm going to use the Poodle Skirt Pink, which is a little bit lighter. And like I said, I'm just going to go at the very top. And hopefully it'll make enough of a difference. And so far, I'm not getting what I want. And I'm probably going about 1/8 of an inch down. I will probably float this highlighting. That'll brighten it up. It'll brighten it up and clean it up. I'm not going to clean out that brush just yet. See, just by floating that highlighting, how much more solid it is, and it kind of just brightens it up a little bit. That's what I mean by, excuse me, dry brushing is a delicate way of adding color. And I'll go back and hit that again just to make it a little bit lighter. Something else you could do is if you wanted it even lighter than that, you could float a little highlighting of white. And I'm gonna hit just a corner of these sunglasses for now. And I'm just walking the float down just to make it a little bit wider. And I'll probably hit that one more time. And then I think I'm going to try and add just a little bit of white. I'm just trying to hit this corner up here, the very top of those glasses. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about that next to it. I won't know until I get my tailgate painted. That might be a redo. All right. Well, all that's drying. It's been a long time since I've painted that blue truck. I strongly believe that I painted it with a color called Blue Haven. So that's what I'm going to use. And then I believe I shaded around it with a color called Baby Blue. So this is the color I'm going to attempt to paint it. And hopefully it's correct. If not, I'm in trouble. So far this color's looking different. I don't know. It doesn't look the same. just looks lighter. Let's get my trunk. Yep, that's it. Part of me kind of wants to paint that license plate another color instead of the blue. I'm not worried about the score lines on here because that's just for placement purposes. But I will go and shade around this tailgate with the baby blue just to bring in another color. I love this color. I've used it a lot. So I think I will try and add just a little bit of white to the top of these letters. Just to brighten them up. I'm just going to do, try and do a really skinny float. And hit that again. But I kind of got my brush tilted on its side. So I'm kind of not really doing a float. I'm doing more of a just hitting it with my brush. But it just brightens them up just a touch. Let me see how I'm gonna like this yellow lettering. So that might have to be a redo. I was gonna make it all the same color in the first place. I don't like that. It just stands out like a sore thumb. Nope. I mean, I could even hint this with the light pink. Boys, it's gonna take a lot to cover that up. But let's try it. I know the farm hands are here, but gosh darn. Okay. Yeah, part of me really wants to go on the bottom, but I don't like the color they have chosen for the shading color for that. So let me try and float some shading around this, and then I'm going to empty my water. So, like I said, the color I used is baby blue. And it'll be hard to see the shading, but once it dries, it always dries darker, and you'll be able to see it better. I'm just using a wider flat brush because I do want a wider line. And what I like to do is just go down one side, get it the color I want, and then go back and hit the other side. And I wind up with paint all over my thumb. I have way too much water on my brush. Now you need to let that dry really, really good before you go and do the other side. Because if you do not, you'll take off that paint. And I need to clean up around these glasses. So all you want to do is take some wet wipes and go around your edges to clean them up. You want to try and do this as soon as possible. It just makes for a nicer finished product. Do a couple coats on these edges, and this will be done. Let's see. I'm just trying to get a little color up there because it looks boring. It just looks blasé. I'm sorry, when you do shading and highlighting, it just adds more character. All right, let's just kind of see where we are here. I know I need to do something with the hello. I just haven't decided what I'm going to either do some shading to darken it up or highlighting. But it just looks boring. Maybe I'll do the shading. I'll dry brush some shading. And then I'll highlight a little bit. I'm gonna use the bubblegum pink. Then I think I'll just take a little bit of white at the top, just to lighten it up a little bit. And this lettering will be good. So I'm kind of creating the ombre look on this as well. And then my thought was, and like I said, this is optional, is just taking the sun and just gluing it to the corner. And there's enough room that you can do that. So that just kind of, you know, adds a little bit more. But that's just my thought. But I think that looks good together. And you don't have to add that at all. So I think I'm going to empty my water. I'm going to really think about this. I'm actually thinking about making this pink and maybe making this yellow just to tie in everything. So with that being said, I'm going to empty my water, change it, and I will be back. We'll do a little gluing and then I'll think about what I really want to do. So hopefully you stick around. let's start gluing some of this together. I'm still kind of undecided on the license plates. So let's do some gluing. I like to use stick fast glue. I use the thick, not the thin. And for smaller areas, I prefer to use a Q-tip. And this stuff is sticky, sticky, sticky. And it doesn't take a whole lot of glue. The more glue you put on, the better chance it's going to slide around and not be where you want it to be. So kind of keep that in mind when you're applying the glue. I could use my bottle, but I put more than enough glue out. And also too, with the stick fast, you want to make sure that when you're using it, you be careful, because if you get it outside the gluing area, it will leave a white mark when it dries. So kind of be mindful of that. I don't need to glue that. I do this all the time. Always put this thing on incorrectly. There's only one way that palm tree goes on, same as this flower. And I personally, if the area is big enough, I'd rather apply the glue to the area instead of putting it on here, because if you accidentally drop it, you're gonna get that glue mark that I'm talking about in areas that you don't want it to be. And like I said, it doesn't take a whole lot of glue. I mean, this is more than enough. And you want to make sure you got it where you want it pretty quickly, because this stuff dries fast. I mean, that's already glued. I could have done a better job lining it up, but they call it stick fast for a reason, because it sticks fast. Now, before I actually glue this on, I want to make sure that I get it. Uh-oh. That moved on me. Crud. Yeah, let's see if I can take it out. I don't think I can. Crud. Well, it might be, it is what it is type of situation. Oh, well. And I think probably the best thing to do is insert this into your truck. Like I'm doing. And then placing the ball. With this lettering, you want to just be oh so careful because it is delicate. See that? I got upside down. And then too, you want to be very aware of when you're pressing any piece down that you're trying to glue that it doesn't slide. because that happens. And I'm going to hold off gluing that sun on because I'm uncertain if I want it there or I want it on the surfboard. But if you're adding inserts, these are just sticky dots that I bought off of Amazon. And if you were doing this for the first time, what you're going to want to do is put 2 dots on and then put the other dot on top, just like what I'm doing now. Doesn't change. So you get them on there like that. I'm going to take this base off so it lays flat. And then what you want to do is get your tailgate lined up where it's supposed to be, and you just press down on it. And see, there's the sun. I mean, it kind of goes over that a little bit. So I don't know if it's something that I'm gonna keep or not. Like I said, you could add it up here if you wanted to. I might create, I think a spacer needs to be put there if I'm gonna glue that there. And I know I have a spacer. And what a spacer does is it actually lifts that up just a layer. So if I put this spacer on, if I decided where I wanted it and I put a spacer on, then what that does is now it lifts that up and it's above this. So, but once you glue it, it's stuck. So I think if it was me, I would put it like right about in here. I glue it. I would glue it at an angle. So I think what I'll do, I'll just put a little bit of glue on the back here and glue this spacer to it. And let that dry real good. And then you can put it over here, you can put it over here, you can put it in the middle. It's wherever you want it. And I tried to make that even with the glasses, but that didn't work out. I mean, here's a good spot for it, I think in the middle. You could go over here. But I think covering up that letter a little bit is a little nice too. I kind of think I like it right there. And I'm gonna live with the results. All right. I've got to paint this license plate. And I think I'm going to paint it pink. I think I'll paint it pink, which will bring more pink into here. And I think I'll do the lettering blue. So I'm trying to break up this all the same color. So I think the color I'm going to choose is the poodle skirt pink, which is a lighter pink. And then shade with the bubblegum pink. And all you have to do is, if you need another sponge, you know, all you do is cut off that painted area, and then you end up with a fresh surface. You can reuse these sponges over and over and over again. And I know I want that color light again. So I'm going to remix colors. Part of me kind of wants to do blue though. But I'm going to stick with my first instinct. Usually your first instinct is always the correct instinct. My sticky board needs redone. And I'll do an ombre on this. And if I don't like this when I put it on top of the pink, this yellow is light enough that I can cover it up with something else. He's not going to give it a rest today. Let's just see before I go through the whole rigmarole. Now this pink is the lighter pink. And once I put some shading around this pink, it'll tie that in with the lettering. But I'm kind of liking that. Definitely got to do an ombre on beach time because it looks just boring. But very colorful, and that's kind of what I'm going for. That's what you got to do with summer. You got to make it colorful. So, Oh, he's gonna drive me crazy today. Take the bubblegum pink, we'll shade around this license plate, and then I'll work on the lettering. And this will be done. Gonna do the same as what I did for the tailgate, going down one side, letting it dry really good, and then going back and doing the short sides. See, and just adding that color changes the look of that. I'll only do it once because that's pretty bright. And I'll see if I can float banana cream just to brighten it up a little bit. If not, I'll have to go back to that antique gold. And I just got to be careful because these letters are tied together. I want it at the bottom. Of each word. And with it too, by doing this like this, it's going to break up the lettering and kind of separate. And I might just go back over it. Hello with that antique gold. Just to darken it up a little bit. We'll see how dark I can actually get this. Because I am going to put some white. On these sides, I think, need more pink. I do think that needs darkened up a titch. I really do. And I'm going to get a couple good coats of white on here to really brighten up that top before I add that darker color in. Yeah, it needs to be darkened. And the yellow might not be the right color. Maybe it needs to be the blue. And don't be afraid to experiment with color and changing your mind about how you do something. What I might like, someone else might not like, and vice versa. Seems like a lot of people try to paint exactly like the designer, and there's nothing wrong with that, but if that's not your style, don't do it. This might not look good on the pink. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. Let me put it up there. See what I think. I don't know if I like that yellow. Maybe I need to go with the blue. But it's very colorful. I'm liking it. I think I am going to stick with the pink. I do think I'm going to stick with that. So we'll glue this, and this is done. I'm just going to use a Q-tip like I did last time. Just getting a little bit of glue on every letter. Making sure that those score lines are covered up. So that moved on my bed. I lucked out. I always make my score lines when you have to glue something on significantly smaller than whatever it is you're gluing on. That way it allows for errors in case something shifts on you when you're holding it down. Hello. So this is the same process as the tailgate. You just take a opposite sticky dot, you stick it upside down, you put your license plates where you want it, and you press down on it, and it's good to go. And this insert is done, and it is super, super cute. I love it. I do love it. Very beachy, very summery, and I'm pretty pleased. So, I am going to move it up just a titch. With that being said, this series is done. This is the Beach Time truck insert. And I'll be coming back on. I could come back on later on today. Don't know. Like I said, I have my next project cut out. If not, I definitely will be on tomorrow. And we're going to be working on a spring insert for my interchangeable sign. It's going to be super cute. And then I have a summer one. And I'm actually working on a beach one. I'm loving this beach stuff very, very much. I'm loving all the colors. So, once again, this is the final insert. The final, I can't think today. And it's pretty darn cute. So, I'm going to get some photos, get my listing created, and it'll be available either later on today, early tomorrow. So thank you very much for joining me. Take care. Bye-bye.